Hey, this is Tyler with TJX Survival. Today I'm going to be doing a very super quick video on how to add skateboard tape to your knife to make it function better. Stay tuned. So what I have here is a DPX HEAT. HEAT. This is one of their brand new knives. Without getting too in-depth on it, I'm going to review it in another series with Crockett 20 and the late Boy Scout. But this knife, it's a phenomenal knife. It's like the other one, which I carry on a very regular basis, which is this DPX HEAT. This is right now my current primary EDC. The reason being is it's got this D2 tool steel. You can see I've used this a lot. That's actually from sharpening pencils while I was doing measurement for carpentry. Well, one of the things that this has that I like is it's got this can opener. Okay, a little can opener there, which also functions like an Emerson Wave in that as you pull it out of your pocket, it snags on your pocket and opens itself. Okay, but the scale on this one is grippy on my thumb. The scale on this one is not. It's beautiful and it's slick, but I want it to function better. So I'm going to make this knife more like this knife. Alright, put that back in my pocket. First off, when we're going to do this, I'm going to use skateboard tape, but I need to make a thinking here. I need to make a pattern first. So essentially what I'm going to do is take some paper right there, grab myself a pencil, something to write with, and basically I'm going to trace this in the same shape that I want and then cut it. So what I'm going to put this here, I basically want this to kind of cover all of this area right here. You can put the skateboard tape over the screws and stuff, but there's just no need. So what I like to do is put it down and I can kind of feel where the shape is, right? This is ugly. I realize that. But that's about my shape. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is refine that with the scissors. Don't tell my wife I got her scissors, but there they are. So, what I'll do, kind of look at the shape that that's in, cut this up, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than what I had initially intended on doing. Like I said, this is just the general shape of it. And it's also going to be more smooth with the scissors than it was when I wrote it down. Now you can take more time, make it prettier if you want, but there you kind of essentially see what I've done. So what I need to do now is just trim it up a little bit more. I can already tell that I need to trim this down a bit. Round this up a bit. Okay, there's that upper edge. Be more of an angle there. Alright, so the upper edge looks kind of good. Trim it down a little here more on the top. I'm just going to take piece by piece away until it looks good. So I like the way that that top looks. Okay, then I can see already that I need to drastically trim the bottom down. Okay. So it's starting to look a little more smooth. Take some of this bottom piece out there. Pretty darn close to the original spot that I drew on the paper, ironically enough. But I can always take more off, but I can't put it back on once it's removed. So we start with it big and then shrink it down small. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. That tip is still just too much. And you don't want straight angles on this, like 90-degree angles. You want everything to be round. The reason you want it to be round is because if it's straight, it'll snag on stuff and it'll pull your skateboard tape off later. So that Looks pretty darn good. I'm almost there. There we go. You can see how that's starting to round a little bit. And that's the skateboard tape that I can put on there. Now, it doesn't have to be all worm shaped like this and what all, but you could just put one little patch here, which is just fine, but I just want to cover it up a little bit more. And I like the design of that. So now what I'm going to do is grab my skateboard tape. Okay, I've got my skateboard tape. This is literally the tape that goes on a skateboard. Okay, you can find this at any boarding shop. Let me zoom back here a little bit. It just comes in a big sheet. I folded this up. You can use them on your pistols, your knives, whatever you want, what other tools you have that need to be more grippy. Okay, so if you think about the way that this is going to work, essentially your pattern is upside down to your skateboard tape. So I've got it like this. What I'm going to do is take it off of. So the skateboard tape's going to fit like this. So if I flip my skateboard tape upside down, okay, and then I look at the way the pattern's shaped, and I flip it upside down onto my skateboard tape, right? So it's upside down, and then I'm going to trace it. A little bit ugly. We'll smooth this up with the scissors afterwards. Okay, trace my little kidney bean like that, and then take it off, and then I'm going to cut that out. If you want, you can save on to these little patterns and use them for more knives if you happen to be putting a lot of skateboard tape on that same kind of knife. If not, you know, whatever works. So, cut this piece out. Put my skateboard tape away. Okay, so now I'm going to just trim right along that little line I just made. And again, you can do this with anything. I've put this type of skateboard tape on Glocks, like little Glock 27s, and they sell kits like that, but some of the kits I don't like the places that the skateboard tape goes. As an example, where a Glock rubs against your hip, if you have an inside the waistband holster, you don't want skateboard tape there because it's just going to tear your hip up. So what I'll do is just put a little thin little strip on the Glock where these two fingers meet the Glock, and as opposed to wrapping the whole inside part of it, because really that's all that really matters is where your fingers touch. So that's one idea of skateboard tape. You can use them on hatchets, you can use it on knives and all sorts of stuff. And if you buy one $5 chunk of skateboard tape, it'll last you forever. I mean, that's a lot of sandpaper that you can use. All right, a little bit dusty here on my little work table. Okay, now that I've got this all set up, I'm going to want to put that on there just like that. You can see how I went from upside down to right side up. And before I go ripping the tape off and smashing it on there, that's the way that it's going to look. Okay, so I need to kind of get a visual for it. Wipe it off on my pants and make sure that it's dust free. Now I'll see if I can get this skateboard tape separated. Maybe. It's kind of hard to do this while looking through the camera. I have a hard time keeping things in the camera. Alright. I'm going to kind of hold this above exactly where I want it. If I remember correctly, I wanted it a little higher than earlier. Right about there. Looks good. Okay. And I've smashed that down. Now what that's going to do, everything's kind of good. You want to make sure you don't get too close on spots like this, because if it hangs off, that's where your skateboard tape's going to catch, or if it hangs right here. But as you can see, it's right on the line, so everything should be good to go. And you also don't want, like I said earlier, pointy spots, so that those pointy spots will catch and rip your skateboard tape off. But fortunately, I've got a whole roll of that stuff, so if the skateboard tape does come off, I just tape this piece off, put it back on my skateboard again, my skateboard patch again, and just cut a new one out. So this is your future pattern if you figured out that that's something you need to do. Okay, so how does this work? Alright, so the way that this works, and this is with the DPX HEAT, you just put it in your pocket, and as you pull it out, it snags right here, okay, see that? And then opens itself. Okay, that's the way an Emerson Wave works, or many other similar types of things. So this one right here, I've got the skateboard tape now, so that my thumb is super grippy on that knife, and as I pull it out, it opens itself up. Alright. That was a quick, simple little modification you can do to make it easier to draw an Emerson Wave opening type knife. This is the DPX HEAT. It doesn't have an Emerson Wave on it. It's got a can opener on it that kind of works the same. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share this video. Please leave in comments if you have suggestions or ideas of things that you want to see or ways that I can improve. I want to hear that from you. Or if you've got videos, post them in the comment section below, and I will come check out your ideas on this stuff. Thanks to DPX for sending me the heat and the HEAT. Watch on Blade HQ, T-Jack, Crockett 20, and the Late Boy Scout channels, and you'll see all of my other demos that I can get involved with. And thank you for watching.